All right, so we are back with a video, and today I'm going to talk about 3 new things that Polymarket has announced, and all of it is actually pretty big news. So the first one is a taker tier rebate programs. You can get rebated up to 50% of all trading fees on Polymarket, and then you can level up, get bonuses, and be eligible for large future rewards. So we don't really know what these large future rewards is, but a lot of people is talking about the Poly airdrop. So maybe this is actually, what you need to do to farm the Poly airdrop. So specifically, I'm going to talk about these tiers. So you can see here that there's these different tiers. So none, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and obsidian. Okay. And then it depends on your weighted volume. So under 2,000, you don't get any rebate. Above 2,000, you get 3%, 8%, 18%, 32%. But I mean, you need to get a lot of volume to get some significant rebates. And up to 10 million above in volume, and that's the 30 days, you get 50% rebate. And then you get a level up bonus. So you actually get a bonus every time you level up. So getting $2,000 and $20,000 in volume is actually not that difficult, especially if you're doing automated trading with Raven. So getting these bonuses, I would say, is pretty feasible then. But getting a $10 million volume that's something else. So how the tiers work, and again, I'm suspecting that they're gonna use this for the Poly airdrop. So if this is something you're actually interested in farming, I think this is what you need to read, because again, they are saying future rewards, and they have these tiers, right? So that's a kind of easy way to distribute tokens, right, given a tier. So the formula is this one here, how you get the weighted volume. So it's the trade size times 1 minus the entry price, and then a category weight, and then bonuses. Here's an example. A normal taker trade, you buy 1,000 shares of a politics market at 40 cents, and the order fills right away, meaning it's a taker trade. So trade size is 1,000 times 0.40, which is 400. Upside per share is 1 minus 0.40 is 0.60. Category weight for politics is 1.3. So you actually get a weighted volume earned is $312. So that's the calculated volume. Why price matters. So 2 trades, both $50 in size, both in crypto, weight 2.3. A trade at 50 cents earns 50 times 0.5 times 2.3, so that's 57.5. A trade at 50 cents earns 50 times 0.95 2.3, so that's 109.25. So the further out in the tails you are, the higher the weighted volume you actually get. So if we look at this chart here, so this is the this is basically the chart that shows you how much you pay in fee depending on the price, and it's actually pretty telling the way that they've done these rebates here, because the further out you are, the less, or actually the higher the volume weighted. And if you are sort of in the middle price point, it actually calculates a lower volume. So they kind of incentivize you to take trades further away from the midpoint, both in terms of how much fees you get, but also in terms of how much fees you get back. And here is the category weight. So we have sports, that's 1, you have politics 1.3, 1.7, and crypto is 2.3. And geopolitics free to trades, and then there's no so that's free to trade, yeah, so there's no weighted volume. And here we have the rebates again depending on the tier. So we have 6 different tiers. 0 is none. Example, your rebate starts when you reach the tier. The day you reach gold, 18% gold rebate turns on for every trade you make from then on. If you keep climbing and hit diamond, your rebate moves to 44, and again it applies only to your trades going forward. So your tier updates every day based on your last 30 days of weighted volume. Moving up takes effect at the next daily update. The first time you reach a new tier, you get a one-time bonus in a PUSD. So again, a one-time bonus. So $10 and $50, $250, $1,500. And then we have another one. So this is from Josh. He posted this, and then he deleted it. So this is a combinatorial module. And here we have this guy here. Looks like Parlay system might be coming to Polymarket US. So people are talking about the US. So maybe it's not available to the normal one, but only in the US market. We'll see about that. It's called Combinatorial Athletic Outcome Contracts in the document. Parlay is basically a combined position with 2+ outcomes where every leg must hit. Miss one and it goes to 0, but the odds multiply. So a small position can pay out way bigger. Recently, Polymarket devs hinted at some major updates tied to the World Cup. So again, we have World Cup coming up during this summer. And this might actually be sports market volume could increase massively. Parlays are by far one of the most profitable products in the industry, and now Polymarket seems to be moving into that space. And in the Polymarket developers here, large feature release in the works for the World Cup. More details soon. And again, as Josh posted and then deleted again, they are doing some kind of combinatorial outcome. So we'll see about that. I hope it's not just the US version of Polymarket, that it's also the the normal Polymarket that we all used to, but we'll see about that when we come closer to the World Cup. And then the last thing I'm going to be talking about is again a new SDK. So that's a developer tool. It's completely new. It's still in sort of a beta. Now it's a developer tool. So we are improving Polymarket's developer integration services across SDKs, APIs, and front-end tooling. The unified TypeScript and Python SDK are the first beta release in this effort and are currently being hardened before stable release. Once stable, these SDKs will supersede the existing AD's SDKs, and we will provide a documented migration graph. So another refactor of something. We've done this a couple of times now, but I think this is a good thing. So if we go and look at the Python, they also have for TypeScript, but for this one here, basically it's a single Polymarket client that has basically everything. So you can create the client, you can fetch markets, and we have type primitives for market, market state, market outcome, market resolution. This is kind of good to see, because before it's a little bit difficult to figure out like the payloads and the structure of the data. So I'm happy to see that. We have some pagination. This is something new that they added into the gamma markets. So that is integrated within this SDK. There's better error handling. So we have the market data here, so you can fetch the market by slug and by ID. Basically, it's the same API just wrapped into this SDK. You also have some discovery for events, markets, teams, tags, comments, sports, search. You have the real-time streams. So that's the crypto prices. And you have the events. So I think this is going to hook into the WebSockets that we otherwise would normally do like manually. This is now integrated within these SDKs. And you can subscribe here to the events. Again, this is the same we do with the WebSockets. And then you can also authenticate with your private key. Then you have API authentication. And basically everything that you have today it's just split out into different packages, into different libraries. Something is in a library, other things is kind of, you have to do that manually. Here they're unifying it into one SDK, one package that you can use. So there's some cleaning up to do that you have to do in your repo. You have to refactor a lot of stuff to use this, but I think going forward, this is a great change. Since it's going to be easier to develop and hook into Polymarket instead of having all these different things that you have today. So that's great to see. You can place the orders again like you would normally, but now it's just in this SDK. Position life cycles, you can split position, merge position, redeem positions. You also have different wallet operations where you can transfer. That's also great to see, because this is something I've been working on in Raven and it's a little bit difficult, but now it's actually within this SDK, so that's great. And there's some order management, so get order, list open orders, cancel market orders. and the rewards and scoring. So basically everything that you have in the API, as far as I can tell, is now within this SDK, both for Python and TypeScript. It's not in a stable release yet, so we'll see when this launches, but I think we're getting close. If you don't know already, I am building Raven. This is a no-code strategy builder for prediction market. So if you're interested in building trading bots for Polymarket, this is something you should check out. Currently, it's in a beta, and we are nearing the early access. So if you want to get notified when we are launching live trading on Raven, you can join the waitlist by clicking this button, and then you will get notified as soon as that happens. We also have a free to join Discord server called Polytraders. This is the official Discord server of Raven.gg. You can join it for free and you can get a lot of alpha and information about building your own trading bot. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you at the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.